Take a breath in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. Just relaxing the shoulders and let every muscle in the body just relax and soften. Relaxing the arms, I want you to just nod the head forward to the chest, just stretch the neck out gently. Allow the weight of the head to stretch the neck. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth as you tilt the head back. Breathe in and out, dropping the chin to the chest. Lowering the head there, just gently rotate from side to side. Keep the shoulders down, back to the center, and lift the head up. And relax. So you always start the exercise with a breath in, breathe out on the movement, and then you relax at the end of the movement, and then start again. So breathing in, engaging your core, so you pull your tummy muscles in about a third, and breathe out, looking to your left, breathe in and out, looking to your right. So just relaxing, working the shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay, coming back to the center, a little bit wider on the feet. We're just going to do some stretching now. So bring your left arm up and stretch out over the head, leaning to one side. Breathe in, over to the other side, stretch up. And as you do this, really lengthen so you can feel all these muscles stretching down here. One more time, up and over, really stretch. Take your time, always done slowly with good control. Reach up and over. This time, as we reach up and stretch, I want you to imagine 12 o'clock in front, 9 o'clock here, 3 o'clock here, or vice versa. So we're going to go between 12 and the 3 for you, 12 and 9 for me, and just reach over as you're trying to pick something up and gently come back. And then again between the 12 and the 9 for you, reach up and over. So again, halfway between, 45 degrees. So developing a stretch in the back here. One more time, breathe in, breathe out. Last one on this side, breathe in. Always done slowly, as I say. Helps develop a stretch. So, bringing the arms up, stretch back into a letter Y. Arms down by side, roll down through the spine, head leading the body, lengthen the neck and the back. Breathe in at the bottom, pull your core up, pull your abdominal muscles up as you breathe out and restack the back. As you come up to a standing position, bring those arms up into a Y. Lower the arms one more time, rolling down through the spine. And at the bottom, grasp one hand or wrist and go in a clockwise or anti-clockwise motion, pulling those arms up towards the ceiling, stretching out, keeping as close as possible to your legs. Breathe in, engage the core, breathe out, reaching up, stretching out the arms, the sides and the back. At the bottom, change direction. Breathe in, breathe out. Again, reaching up, stretching, lengthening, and down. Last one, breathe in, breathe out, and down. To the bottom, feet to the floor. Reach out with your legs a little bit wider. Push back into the hips. So if you're pushing back into the hips, your backside's going behind you, and your arms come out, reach, grasp, push. Push with your hands, push with your hips, stretching out the back of the legs here. Body parallel and keeping your tummy lifted if you can. Lower down to the floor, walk over to your right leg or left leg, grasping the leg, bring your head down towards the knee to get a stretch behind into the hamstrings, the calf, and the knee, and also into your lower back. Gently walk across to the other side, holding onto your leg, and gently reach down with your head towards your knee. Okay. Stay low. From here, we're going to bend one knee, holding onto the bent knee with your hands, stretch out the inside of your leg, your adductor muscles. And over to the other side. Breathing out. Okay. Place your right leg in front, your left leg behind. Front knee over your heel and back leg straight. From here, go onto the ball of the back foot and just lower the knee towards the floor. Feel the stretch here in front of the thigh. Push through the hip. Gently lower the knee to the floor. Go onto the flat of the foot at the back. And then stretch out this front leg, toe up. And we're going to stretch into the calf. Go a little bit deeper if you feel able to. Good. From here, change legs. Come up onto a nice straight leg at the back, front knee over the heel, and repeat this stretch here. So, pushing forward, go onto the ball of the foot, dip the knee down, and push through the hip. Do a big stretch here. Gently lower down, ball of the foot, flatten the foot, stretch out your front leg, toes up, hand either side of the leg for support, stretch out your calf. Okay, moving carefully onto your knees. And stretch out your quads now, your thigh muscles. So standing tall, hands on your hips or by your side. Just going to lean back gently. Head back if you can. Don't go too far if you don't feel comfortable. And if you can, put your hands on your heels. If you can only do one side, that's fine. Then do the other. Or do both. Wrap the heel. Push forward. Shoulders back. Okay. Coming into a sitting position then. Go into spine twist. So this is an exercise for the back. Drop the shoulders and elbows, hands under your chin. Just in a sort of steeple position. And try not to lead with your shoulders and elbows, just focus on your spine. So take a deep breath in through the nose. As you breathe out in this exercise, engage the core, breathe out. Okay, so going to your left, breathe in, breathe out. Scan the horizon, breathe in, legs relaxed, engage the core. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathing in, just very relaxed, scanning, thinking about the spine, keeping it tall. Keep your pelvic floor lifted, your core engaged. Last one on the side. Back to the center. Okay, so make your way down onto the floor, very carefully. And if you've got balls, weights, rings, bands, whatever you want to use, just keep them handy. If you haven't got any of that, don't worry, not a problem. So gently lower yourself down to the floor. Go into a full body stretch, really reach for the wall behind and the wall in front, or your garden fence, whichever you've got. Bring the arms out by your sides, bring your feet up, knees to the ceiling, feet width, hip width. Just check your neck position and your spine. Make sure you're neutral. So chin to chest, breathing out, chin to the ceiling, breathing out, come into the center. That's your neutral neck position. Relax your shoulders and arms, deep breath, relax. Just feel those shoulders sink into the floor. Try not to hold the body up. Relax. Coming into the hips, put your bowl of water on your hips, rock the water so the water flows over the chest, you flatten the back, tilt it in the opposite direction, arching the spine, come back into the center, somewhere in between is your neutral spine, so you're not too arched and you're not too flat. Okay. From here then, we're going to do a little bit of chest lift work, core work for the tummy. If you have a ball or something you can squeeze between your knees, like a jumper or something, place it there. If you haven't got it, that's fine. Do the exercise anyway. Deep breath in through the nose. As you breathe out, engage your core. Roll up through the upper spine, sliding your fingertips towards your heels. Gently roll back down. Taking your time to articulate the spine up and down. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you do this exercise, if you've got something here, an object to feel on you, squeeze that object. So we're just focusing on the core at the moment. Imagine you've got a big medicine ball on your tummy as you do this exercise. One more. Okay. From here, bring your hands behind your head, thumbs down your neck, and just rest your head in your arms. What I'd like you to do in this position now is push the elbows down to the floor. So if you're very tight in the shoulders, you may really feel this. If you're very loose, it won't affect you at all. So just want to expand the chest, pushing the elbows down, and relax in between. And again, push down. Good. So rolling up through the spine again, breathing out. We're lifting the chest. Chest lift exercise, working the core. One more time up, and then we go into an exercise called rotation. Keep your legs down on the floor, or you can bring your legs up in the air. Just check your spine, your neutral spine is in position. So either way, with the legs on the floor, legs raised, roll up and rotate. Elbow to opposite knee. And again, do about 3 or 4 more times. Breathing in, breathing out. Again, if you have a ball between the knees, give it a squeeze. Just working your core now and your oblique muscles on the side of the body. Good, last one. On each side. Okay, from here, place your arms down on the floor. And what I want you to do is just extend the legs away, any height you like. So you go high, and you can go medium and then low. So again, you're really working the core. The lower the legs you go, the harder the core has to work to support the back. So be careful when you do this. Again, don't overdo it. Work within your own range. Breathe in, breathe out. One more time. And last one. Bring your knees to your chest. And squeezing the knees right in. Just rotate your hips around in a clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. And as you draw the knees up, really squeeze them into the body so that stretches out the lower back. One more. Squeeze. Place your feet back down on the floor now, arms down by your sides. So we're just going to do a simple exercise called leg slides. This is helping you to isolate your legs away from your hips, your pelvis. So if you want to place your hands on your hips just for the first couple of moves, just to check you're not rotating and rocking the body around. Take a deep breath in. Imagine you're in the sand and just draw a line in the sand with your toe or heel, lengthening away in a straight line. Bring your foot back up. In line with your hip. Breathe in, engage, exhale with the other leg. Lengthen the leg away, bring it up. Good. This time as you lengthen the leg away, pointing the toe, now flex the foot so you're pushing through the heel and then carefully draw that leg back up. That way you're also working your Achilles and calf. Point the toe up to the ceiling, push through the heel, back up. Right, we're going to add in some arms, so if you feel comfortable just with legs, just do that. And again, if you've got weights, you can pick up your weights and work your arms a little bit more with your weight. So sliding your right leg away with your left hand up and over to the floor behind you. Bring them back together, changing arms and legs. So you're always working the opposite side of the body. The important thing to remember is to coordinate the movement, start and stop at the same time. And if you have got weights in your hands, Be careful as the weights go down to the floor. Keep your rib cage still, shoulders flat. Keep your hips flat as well. So nothing is moving except your arms and legs. Last one here. Okay, bring your legs back, arms up to the ceiling. Reach up to the ceiling so your shoulder blades separate, and then drop the arms back into the sockets. Okay, still keeping your neutral spine. Just going to do a few arm circles. So circle around. Again, you're just using the arms. You're not working any other area. You're not using your shoulders, shoulder blades. Breathe in, engage the core. Breathe out, come back up, and change direction. Breathe in, breathe out. Shoulders are flat, shoulder blades. Go as big a circle as you've got room for. Keeping those circles smooth and round, no jaggedy edges. Round. And then float the arms back down onto the floor. Okay. Come over onto your side so you can see the camera and you can see what's happening. And then we'll do the other side. So we're going to start off, again, if you've got a ball or object, place it between, actually no, let's not do it there. I'll just keep that to one side for a moment. Stretch your right arm out, resting your head, or if you're on your left arm. Stand the legs away from you so the legs are together and a couple of inches off the floor. So we're going to start to work the obliques again and use your core here. So you put your core in, lift it away from the floor, then those legs away, lengthen the legs, and the arm can be on your hip or here or up in the air, wherever you like, arm or down by your side. So just holding this position for about 10 seconds. Okay. And then we're going to raise the top leg a few more inches and then bring the bottom leg up to meet it and lower, but not all the way to the floor. So still keeping the top leg raised, bring it up, your balance, feel a bit wobbly, put your hand on the floor, bottom leg up and relax. Bottom top leg now down. Okay, from here, what I want you to do is to lower the legs to the floor, come up onto your forearm, okay, and then from here we're just going to work the top leg into a side kick. Small bend in the bottom leg if you need to. Float the top leg out in front, parallel to the floor, flex the foot, push back through the heel, keep the rib cage lifted. If you've got a ball, pop it there just to remind you. Float the leg forward 3 or 4 more times. Again, you'll breathe, engage, exhale. And this exercise works your hip flexor muscles and also strengthen up your shoulders. So you don't want to be sinking in your shoulder, you want to keep that lifted. A couple more, 1 and 2. Okay. Bending the knee. Let's stretch out the top leg, knee underneath the hip, and heel up towards your glutes. Feel the stretch at the front of the leg. Okay. Come up into a sitting position. We'll do a mermaid stretch. Stretch out that side that you've been lying on, and then we're going to switch sides and work the other side. So lie back down on the floor again. Get yourself into a stacked position, shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles. So here, lying on the floor, both legs together and lifted off the floor just a couple of inches. Hold that position here, hand on the hip, leg, ceiling, or balanced here in front. And just hold that position there, lifting the waist away from the floor, pulling your core in. Just breathing normally. Okay. And lift the top leg up a few inches and pull, push the bottom leg up and down and up and down and up. Good. Bottom leg on the floor. Come up onto your forearm. So go into the side kick position. And again, use your ball or something to remind you to lift the rib cage and not to sink into the shoulder. Point the foot, float it forward. Breathing out, push the heel back. You're always moving the leg in a smooth action, parallel to the floor, and keep it nice and smooth and steady. Pushing back through the heel, pointing the toes, you go forward. As far as you can go, I've got a bit cramped for space. Push back in the heel, point the toe forward, and back. Last one here, up, and back. Good, come up into a mermaid stretch again. Nice and easy. And then we're going to do a strength exercise, classic strength exercise in Pilates, and also I think in yoga. We're going to come into a plank position. So various positions to do this. Hands under your shoulders, and you can have your knees bent and feet up like this, or you can have your toes tucked under into a classic plank position. Or you can come down onto your forearms, same with the knees, dropped on the floor, or lift the knees up. And we're going to a plank. We're going to do this up to a minute, and you can do as many breaks as you like. So we'll just do the full minute. So starting from now, about 10 seconds. That's about 20. That's about 30. Breathing normally, keeping the core lifted, elbows under your shoulders, about 40. About 50. And about 60. Gently lower the knees and pull yourself back into a child's pose stretch, lowering the hips onto your heels and really stretch out your back. And breathe out. And relax. From here, bring your right arm and your left and reach for the other wall. Stretch out your deltoids, the shoulder muscles. Change. We're just releasing any tension you might have built up whilst doing the plank. So one more exercise here on your front. Just lower yourself down onto the floor. With your arms out to the side, we go into swan dive prep. So arms parallel to your head, relax the shoulders, forehead on the floor. Nice deep breath, breathe in, engage the core, breathe out, pushing down in the palms, and bring yourself up nice and tall as long as you can. Spine, and back down. And do that 4 more times. You can come further back with your hands if you're flexible, or further forward if you're not so flexible, but keep the shoulders away from your ears. Nice deep breath. Good, we're just getting that spine working lots of different ways. Relax in between, so don't hold your shoulders. Last one coming up. Come back down. Come back up into cat and cow. So hands and knees, arch the spine, dip down into cow, head up, spine to the floor, arch the spine to the ceiling, head down, coming up, last one into cow. Okay, from here we're going to move up into down dog. So tuck the toes under, bring your hips up, breathing out. Try to get heels down to the floor to stretch your legs, stretch your spine. Come back down onto your knees, but not all the way down to the floor. Your knees are hovering over the mat. Push back up again. Breathe out. Hover the knees over the mat. And last one, up. Gently walk back to your toes. Head down, engage your core. Roll back up through the spine. Gently. Shoulders down. Okay. So stretch out your shoulders here. One arm across the chest. Arm Big round shoulder movements with the arms into circles, 3 times in each direction. Breathing out, relaxing the legs and the glutes, and change direction. Then breathe out. Last one. Okay, from here, last stretch here. Just lean back, head down, slightly forwards, rolling down through the spine, grabbing the wrist, circle around once in each direction, repeating what we did at the beginning. Engaging and breathing out. Coming back down. Bring the feet in, roll back up through the spine, and finish.